Who wants to go first? Tony?
But it had been, for Pete, I guess, a long time between homers. How nice was it to see him get one there?
Yeah, it's always nice, especially like you said. It's rare for Pete to go on a stretch like that without a homer. But finally gets a breaking ball, first pitch, and he was ready to go. And hopefully, they come in bunches now. But yeah, it was good to see him from the first pitch today in that first inning and putting pressure on them early on.
Seems we ask you the same thing about Senga, but what was he able to do to get out of some of those jams?
Yeah, he made huge pitches because I didn't think he had the fork ball today from the very beginning. When you watch that Freddie Freeman at bat in the first inning, he was fouling pitches off. He was laying off. Then Will Smith lay off one of them too, and you could tell that he didn't have it. And then, a few 2-0 counts. But I just thought that he kept making pitches. We make some big plays. That play in the first inning that Tyrone Taylor threw to home plate was huge. So, yeah, he kept battling. I thought he used the cutter, even though I don't think he had that pitch either. But he found a way. And for him to go back out for the 6 and get us one out there, it was important. So, yeah, that goes to show you how good he is on a night that he's not at his best. Against a lineup like that, he's able to keep us in the game, make pitches when he needed to, and gave us a chance.
Manny?
Putting Acuna in there late, that was just for defense?
Yep, that was just the defense there. You're up to just want to go with the best defenders.
And just sticking with that, with Vientos, what are you seeing from him over at third base? I think he's committed 7 errors last year. He had 5 all season.
Yeah.
What are you seeing from him over there?
He's just kind of like I said, offensively, they go through slumps. He's going through it defensively right now, especially on those slow rollers. Those are, as of late, I feel like 3 or 4 of them where either he gets and then they change, or he's having a hard time securing the baseball. It happens. He'll continue to work. It was something that he was out there with Tarby today before the game working on that particular play. He's got to keep going, and he'll get through it.
Tim?
What was your pitching staff able to do all weekend to limit that offense the way you did?
We attacked. We saw it in the playoff last year, and we gave them free passes and ended up costing us. We saw it today with Max Kranick, perfect example. Coming in that situation, attacking hitters, staying on the attack, make them swing the bat, and let the defense take care of itself. But I thought overall, the whole series, I thought we did a better job of attacking those guys and executing pitches when we needed to.
And how difficult is that Taylor play to pivot the way he did and make that throw home?
Yeah, not an easy one. He's coming, on a different angle, but then he's got to put himself in a good position quickly to align the hips, the shoulders, to make that throw to home plate. So that's what makes him a special defender. He's really good at there because of the little things like that. When he's going pretty much away from the play and he's got to turn and put his body in position to, like I said, execute a perfect throw to the plate.
Mike?
Carlos, I was going to ask about the relief pitching, not walking anyone, but you addressed that already. So how important is it to win 2 out of 3 for you guys?
Yeah, and look, and especially with the way we started the series. Tough loss there on Friday, long game, had to use pretty much all of the relievers, and ended up losing a game in extras. And for us to bounce back the way we did, and taking the last 2, winning a series against a really good team, obviously, it shows a lot about that group, our ability to bounce back, the grit, the resilience, and it was on display the whole weekend there.
Dave?
Carlos, did the Dodgers complain about the glove? Is that why you
I don't know if it was the Dodgers. Yeah, the umpires came to me, and that's the rule. It was a light gray, and it's either that or white. They're not allowed to use it. I'm not sure if they were, but I probably would have done the same thing.
Abby?
There's been a lot of times in the past, maybe like 8 or so years, that the Dodgers have sort of had this aura, and it's been very intimidating, especially for this team. Do you think that last year taking them to 6 games in the NLCS kind of snapped that spell? Because, like you said earlier, these guys aren't playing with any sort of intimidation right now.
Yeah, look, we know we're good. We also understand that they're really good, and there's a lot of good teams out there, and we got to continue to take care of the things that we can control. It's how we go about our business. How do we prepare day in and day out? It doesn't matter who we're playing. Yes, this is a great team, and they knocked us out last year in the playoff. But we like our chances against anybody. That's the bottom line. We know we're good, but we got to play. We got to go out there in between the lines. It doesn't matter how good you look on paper. The baseball is something that is hard to predict. So still early. It's May. But it was good to see the guys bounce back, especially after that game on Friday, and take a series from there. We'll see them again pretty soon here at their place.
Harp.
Carlos, you talked about Taylor, but just watching that live, going so hard toward right field, right center, are you thinking there's no way he's throwing Mookie Betts out on this play?
Well, with TT, when we're talking about defense, you're not going to get surprised by anything. This is a guy that whether the jumps, the routes, the range overall, and then the arm. But not an easy play. Not an easy play, but like I said, it's like he's going away from home plate, and for him to just turn and execute a perfect throw, he's an elite defender.
Did you put him up against anybody in center field, pretty much?
Well, he's when you put him here, there's a lot of good players out there, but defensively in center field or anywhere in the outfield, because the other thing, when you look at a pure center fielders, they're just in center, right? This guy not only in center field, you put him in left, I feel like you could put it against anyone. You put him in right, he's really, really good. So, yeah, I think he's in the conversation.
Mark.
We've asked you a lot about Soto's hustle or so in the past week. For him to beat out that ground ball in the first, just how big was that? And the running play he had also in the field, just what did you think of his day today?
Yeah, I mean, look, I know it's been a topic because, I don't know, it was a ball of the Green Monster, but the guy plays hard, Even on those days, he's stealing bases. He's going first to third. He's going second home. Like, he's playing the game. He's a winning player. He does the little things. Today, perfect example. He smokes a ball. And not too many people are able to beat that out, because he was hard right at the defender, and he was still able to beat it out, right? And bring speed to the plate. Before you know it, we're up 2-1. He steals a base. He gets a great jump on a ball going back. Like, there's a lot that he's doing that, there's a lot of eyes on him, and, it becomes a big deal. But, since day one, this guy is a professional. He plays the game the right way. I'm just glad that he's on our side.
Thank you, Carlos.